was a time when Mookie Betts looked like he could do everything on a baseball field. He could hit for average, hit for power, steal bases, play elite defense, and control a game in ways most players can't even touch. At his peak, he wasn't just one of the best players in baseball, he was the golden standard. But right now, in 2026, something is fundamentally broken. If you haven't looked at a box score lately, prepare yourself, because Mookie Betts is no longer just coasting or aging gracefully. He looks completely lost at the plate. His signature explosiveness has vanished, and his statistical profile has plummeted from future Hall of Famer to an outright liability. How does a $365 million superstar fall off a cliff seemingly overnight? To understand the collapse, we have to look past the jersey and dive straight into the brutal, unforgiving data. To fully grasp just how staggering this 2026 drop-off is, we have to establish what a normal Mookie Betts season used to look like. During his historic 2018 MVP season in Boston, Mookie slashed an incredible .346, .438, .640, posting a 1,078 OPS and stealing 30 bases. When he moved to Los Angeles, he brought that elite consistency with him. As recently as 2024, he was tearing through pitching, hitting .289 with 19 home runs and a .863 OPS. Even his 2025 campaign, while signaling some mild regression with a .258 average and a .731 OPS, still provided 20 home runs and 95 runs scored for a championship-winning Dodgers team. It felt like a minor speed bump for a veteran superstar adjusting to father time. Then came 2026, and the bottom fell completely out. Before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe. We are now deep enough into the 2026 season to move past the small sample size excuse or the hope of a quick April slump. The traditional slash line paints a genuinely devastating picture of his offensive output. His career batting stats sit at a .288 batting average, .366 on-base percentage, and a .509 slugging percentage. In 2026, those numbers have plummeted to a .183 average, a .256 on-base percentage, and a .358 slugging percentage. Through 120 critical at-bats, Mookie is actively struggling to keep his average above the dreaded Mendoza line. But here's the stat that should really alarm you. His adjusted OPS plus is sitting at an abysmal 71. In baseball analytics, an OPS plus of 100 represents a perfectly league average hitter. This means Mookie is performing nearly 30% below league average offensively. For a guy who regularly sat 30% to 50% above league average, this is completely uncharted, terrifying territory. Furthermore, his identity as a dynamic, chaotic, run-scoring threat has evaporated into thin air. He has accounted for exactly 0 stolen bases this season. The aggressive, always moving catalyst at the top of the lineup has become totally stagnant on the base paths. If the traditional numbers look bad, the advanced analytics are downright haunting. When you look under the hood of Mookie's 2026 metrics, you see a player whose fundamental tools are failing him. His hard hit percentage, which usually ranks in the upper echelons of the league, has plummeted to a career low 31.4%. He isn't squaring up the baseball, he is rolling over it. At the same time, pitchers who used to fear throwing heat to Mookie are now aggressively attacking him high in the zone. His whiff rate on 95+ mile-per-hour fastballs has spiked by 12%, a clear indicator that his hands are slowing down. On top of that, his sweet spot percentage has dropped to 28%, leading to an influx of weak pop-ups and easy groundouts. The story these numbers tell is simple. Pitchers are no longer afraid of him, they are challenging him inside, and right now, he simply cannot hit his way out of a corner. So how does a generational talent fall apart at age 33? The answer likely lies in a grueling, self-inflicted defensive transition. Mookie willingly moved from right field, where he won 6 Gold Gloves, utilizing his pure athletic range, into the grueling, everyday responsibilities of an MLB shortstop. It was a noble, team-first move, but it may have broken his bat. Outfield defense is about reading the ball off the bat, sprinting in open space, and pacing physical output between plays. Shortstop demands constant short area explosiveness, lateral agility, daily repetitive throwing from awkward high-stress angles, and mental exhaustion from directing the infield on every single pitch. At 33 years old, that defensive workload has evidently zapped his lower body. In baseball, power and bat speed come from the legs. When a hitter loses their lower half explosiveness, it triggers a catastrophic domino effect where their bat speed slows down, they begin to cheat to catch up to fastballs, and their zone coverage falls apart. Mookie's terrible .256 on-base percentage is living proof of this physical breakdown. When you zoom out, the conversation around Mookie Betts has radically shifted. It is no longer a debate over whether he belongs in the MVP conversation. Right now, the data dictates a much harsher, uncomfortable question. Are we witnessing a temporary setback or the definitive twilight of an icon? If you compare 2026 Mookie to his peak, this isn't just a step down, it's a free fall. The modern game is brutal on aging athletes who attempt to play premium defensive positions, and right now the numbers show that Mookie is paying the ultimate price. Mookie Betts hasn't vanished, but the version of him that strikes fear into opposing pitching staffs has. Until he adapts to his changing physical limitations, the statistics will continue to tell a sobering story of a superstar trapped in a historic decline.